So in this PowerPoint, I will be talking about rational choice theories. I'll also be talking about going a little bit into depth about evaluation of rational choice theories and just the whole thing, what it is, how it differentiates from the other theories of deviant choices. So we'll get into that. A lot of things that I'll be saying in this PowerPoint are coming straight from the book that we are learning and reading in class. All right, so a description of rational choice theories. These are just a couple quotes that I took from the book that'll give you a mental picture, maybe help you paint a mental picture of what people think rational choice theories is exactly, and what it's considered to be. So, as stated in the first bullet point, when people consider rational choice theories, it made them have the thought that people on complete deviant acts when the reward makes it worth it. So I'll summarize that for you because it seems to be a couple mistypes in there. This just means people who think rational choice theories, they think of people who are committing these deviant acts are doing this so that they will get a reward out of it, so they will get something in their favor out of it that outweighs the bad, that makes it seem worth it to them to do. That just helps you kind of give you not a better idea of what they mean by that. As stated in the book on the right, the very far right, all people make choices, but all do not agree with the wisdom of others' choices. What seems rational to one person may not appear the same way to another. The decision to take drugs, commit suicide, or steal, for example, may appear rational to the actor, but irrational to the audience of that action. So what that means is in somebody's personal life, when they are making bad choices or they're doing things that they know aren't okay, it's their mental, it's they're making, and to them this feels okay, to them this feels right. To somebody, a bystander who's not going through the same thing as them, who doesn't have the same mindset as them, who doesn't hear the thoughts in their mind that leads up to these actions, will not understand that that decision is being made and why it's being made. They're just saying, gonna think it's a rational choice. As said in the middle, contemporary rational choices theories began to explain crime with an assumption that offenders seek to benefit themselves by their criminal behavior. So, as I said previously in the quote to the right, people that are on the outside looking in don't understand this behavior. They think the criminals are just doing it just to get a benefit out of it, just to get a good feeling out of it. They have a weird a spot that they need to hit by doing this kind of act. So that's what it means by people think that people are committing deviant acts because they find it rational in their brain, but you have to think from a bystander point of view. You don't know what this person's going through. You don't know what led up to this choice. You don't know what thought gave them the green light to commit this act before they did it, knowing the consequence after. Some people don't think of it as a reward. Some people don't think of it as something's going to come good out of this. So you can't assume that. On the second slide, we'll continue with the description of the rational choice theories, and this will go kind of into the evaluation also aspect of it that we talked about in the previous slides. This quote is straight out of the book. It says, "Everyone makes choices, but some people choose among more and better options than others. These statements may have resolved the free will determinism debate as completely as the current argument will resolve it. But one may expect some progress by viewing rationality along a continuum rather than a catalogically variable." Sorry, I don't do too good with public speaking. I'm sorry. And I'll go ahead and also read the quote on the right before I finish up and summarize. Criminal behavior ought to be studied with recognition that crime is a consequence of motives to injure others or to benefit oneself without a proper regard for the welfare of others. Practices that foster these motives are likely to promote crime. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. It's another thing that I do. I'll read that one more time. Criminal behavior ought to be studied with recognition that the crime is a consequence of motives to injure others or to benefit onto self without a proper regard for the welfare of others. Practices that foster these motives are likely to promote crime. So yes, these are some people's mindsets. Some people think that people are committing crime because they want to hurt others, because they want to endanger others, because they're being a criminal, because that's all they think about is crime and the next act they're going to commit. Not that they're having a bad day or something led up to this for them to snap, or they've just been tempted so much that they snapped. bystanders view it from a certain way, and bystanders view it as you're making a rational decision to make this choice, this bad choice, knowing what could happen with it, knowing that you can face a consequence, and knowing that you can injure others. So people see you as heartless for doing these acts. I'll go ahead and summarize it there. That's a good description of rational choice theories. It's basically exactly what I said. People really believe that those who create deviant acts are doing it from a rational mindset and doing it from perspective that they know what they're doing, and they just think that the reward will outweigh the consequence, and that's how they feel that people are making their choices. And sometimes it's not true. Some people aren't thinking like that. Some people are snapping. Some people are under the influence of something. Everybody's choice is not rational. Some people make mistakes. Basically, that's what the people who came up with this theory need to be told. Some people just make mistakes out of nowhere. But yeah, thank you so much for your time.